thanks to the supporters of channel member JM Thought. Yeah, no, it's not a social call today. I just, I thought I'd give you a quick ring. Yeah, I've got my manager performance review for April. And I can't help but notice on here, under notable criticism, it says concern that the club looks unlikely to win silverware as expected. Just wondering how you got to that conclusion. We're a gazillion points clear at the top of the league. We're in the final of the Greek Cup and the semi-final of the Champions League. What silverware are you looking for? Knives and forks? Hello and welcome to part 95 of the Greek Odyssey. I'm Kev, and there's your proof that Mrs Wearmouth is inexplicably unhappy that we're unlikely to win silverware this season. We are 13 points clear at the top of the league. We are in the Champions League semi-final, and we are in the Greek Cup final. We could potentially win everything still at this stage. She's gone mad. Since you were last with me, we've just played the one game, which was the Greek Cup semi-final, to get us through to that final. But in a continuation of the fun and games we had yesterday, if you remember, we had to play our fourth choice centre-back, Michaelis, in midfield against Paris Saint-Germain. Well, since then, Duffy is also injured, so we now have no fit central midfielders in the squad for the biggest game in the club's history, away against Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final. So this is what we're going with. And you might remember yesterday that I was agonising between playing Sanchez in midfield or playing Michaelis in midfield. Well, at least it's an easy decision today because we're going to have to do both. If you don't believe there's no one else who can play here, let's just have a little look. So Dominguez, Duffy, injured. Milo in the team is the defensive midfielder. And we'll check in a minute to see if there's anyone who could cover for him there to move him further forward. Laika, injured. Michaelis will play. Criado in defence. Kansarovic, I guess, could play there, but he's a left back and I've never played him in central midfield before. Enrique, not registered. Bruman, not registered. And there's Claudio Sanchez and the youngster mentor Miftari, who is going to be up on the bench again. We'll just check in on the defensive midfielders just to make sure I've not lost my mind and forgotten somebody. So Milo plays. Michaelis is in the team in midfield, and then unregistered, injured centre-back. And we're back with Miftari again, who, as much as he's got an incredible name, I think we can all agree, where's he gone? Thought he was on the bench. I've lost Miftari. I've put him in the team. Oh my word, I've put him in the team. Fix that. There we go. As much as we think he's got a lovely name, this isn't somebody who should be starting in the Champions League semi-final, having never played a league game for us. So this is what we've got to go for in the midfield. And the great thing is it's a built-in excuse for when we inevitably get knocked out and have to try again next year. Excellent stuff. Means I don't have to end 2 series in 1 week. So we're going with Tennessee in goal, a back four of Rafael, Criado, Hernandez and Solorzano, Milo at the base of the midfield, Michaelis and Sanchez ahead of him, and then Carnevali and Lencina supporting Alan up front. You'll also remember from yesterday, I did finally cave, and I have started playing Alan up front. Carnevali has moved out onto the left wing, which is where I said that I'd play him when he first signed for us. It's just taken me 4 years to move him out there. Right, good luck out there. We're going to need it. I mean, that's how I'm feeling. I don't know that's the right team talk, though. We're the underdogs here. Go out there and give the fans a performance to cheer for. I think that's a better team talk. Although we are going to get battered. We certainly should get battered, especially with this midfield. It's nice to show that I've got a little bit of belief in them. We are the underdogs, but we were the underdogs against PSG and we knocked them out. We were the underdogs against Juventus and we knocked them out. So stranger things have happened than us beating Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final. Not many, but I'm sure some have. And Alan is through on goal there with the first big chance of the game. And goodness me, if that goes in, I don't think my blood pressure can cope with it. My blood pressure is down a little bit, you'll be pleased to hear. Still on this whole vegan thing. It's done wonders for the blood pressure. But it's still not enough to cope with me being ahead against Real Madrid in a game like this. Oh my word, Michaelis has no regard for my health. This is ridiculous. Can we just get knocked out and get it over with? And we'll try again next year. This is the first ever Apollon episode on a Saturday. And it's, quite frankly, insane. And I've had enough of it already. I'm stressed. We've had 2 clear-cut chances in the first 25 minutes of the game. We could, arguably should, be 2-0 up. You got to have a look at Ryan Allen and say, world class. Scotland's all-time record goal scorer. Where are your goals today, Ryan? Right, Sanchez trying to get things moving out of the midfield. Imagine if that ends up being Claudio Sanchez's position. And Tennessi's been fantastic. That looks like a Greek name as well. He's the Greek guy who was at Porto a few years ago that I tried to sign, but couldn't get him, so we signed Dominguez instead. And there he is scoring against us because he went here rather than coming to us, which is why we've got Mr. Broken Back Dominguez. Tennessee has had a fantastic tournament. He's going to be disappointed with being beaten at the near post like that. It's a good effort, but I don't think it should have ended up in the back of the net. And if that's how we end up going out, I think that's harsh on Tennessee because it does undermine a little bit. Perhaps this guy isn't the central midfielder because he's a right back. We must have had him on our radar at some point, but he's definitely playing from right back here. Right. It's the chance for Real Madrid to go 2-0 up. Mbappe, and he scores his penalty. This is gonna hurt, isn't it? This is gonna sting. We're 2-0 down on half an hour, and we look like a team that's not playing a midfield at the moment. As I always say, though, if we can come away from our away leg 2-1 down, going into the home leg, I always consider that a good result. So they've done their 2. Now we just need to grab one, and we have created some chances. If we can grab a goal here, Bruno Raphael has scored. We've got the goal. It's his first goal of the season. If it's his first ever goal, not just his first goal of the season, what a time to score it. If you remember, back when Bruno Raphael was a teenager, Real Madrid tried to sign him from us, and they unsettled him for about a year and a half. He was out on loan for most of it, so it didn't really matter. It took him a long time to break into our team because he was off earning his Spanish passport and generally being grumpy because he wanted to go to Real Madrid. He's just been desperate to play here and do that all these years. And there's his first ever Apollon goal, and he'll never score a more important one in his career. It's 2-1 to Real Madrid. We've got an away goal. Blow the final whistle now. We will absolutely take this back to our place and just hope that Leica's fit for the second leg so we have an actual midfielder in there. I don't think there's any chance of Duffy or Dominguez being fit, but Leica might just be able to squeeze in and give us 70 minutes or something, and that'll be a huge bonus to have one of the top young players in Europe. He was on the shortlist for the European Golden Boy, and we've not had a Golden Boy yet. We've had some cracking young players, but no one's ever been linked with winning the Golden Boy award before. So that's how good Leica is. Ball over the top for Carnevali. He's in here. Surely not. I mean, called it. Surely not. Terrible effort. Both Carnevali and Allen are anxious. That's usually my cue to swap them over, but they're usually playing the other way around to begin with. I don't know that swapping them around in these circumstances is the right thing to do at all. I'm actually thinking probably take them both off. Sanchez, believe it or not having the best of times, but I'm not bringing Miftari on in a game like this. He's there on the bench purely to make up the numbers. We're going to bring on German, and we're going to bring on Acosta, but we're going to bring him on for Lencina. I want to keep Allen on the pitch because we know that he can just grab a goal from anywhere at any moment. He's such a good finisher. So let's have 10 minutes of passion as well. And I mean, we're happy with this as a result. We're definitely happy. Calapitas for Solorzano as a final change. Valentinos Calapitas is playing in a Champions League semi-final, boys and girls. He's been here 12 years. Everything we've ever won, Calapitas has won. He's got a lot of medals, but goodness me, would it be amazing to have a player who was here at the start win a Champions League. Tennessee redeeming himself for that effort in the first half with a good, solid save there to keep it at 2-1. And like I said before, 2-1, this is a great result for us if we can keep hold of this. And Michaelis defending from the front, and it's Acosta shooting from range, and it's pathetic. He's given himself a little clap there. What a moron. Pathetic. Oh, we need someone to buy that boy off us. I'm not going to let him go for cheap because there's always clubs linked with him. He's supposed to be good. He's just not good for me. I need someone to give me big money so I can go and reinvest it in another teenager. to compete with Carnevale and Allen. Right, German. It's 2-on-2 here. If he gets past this guy, he's not quite managed to do it, but he's skinned him that time. German plays it across goal, and Acosta is right there. He just needs to stick any part of his body out into the 6-yard box, and he's got to tap him. He has no natural attacking instinct. Oh, he's frustrating. But it is still 2-1, and 2-1 is okay. Michaelis is doing some great work in midfield over these last couple of games. It's his new lease of life. He's going to be a midfielder next year. He's going to be our new box-to-box guy. Michaelis can just do everything and play everywhere. He'll finish his career as a striker or a goalkeeper. German making the little tackle there that just nips that counter-attack in the bud, and hopefully we get a final whistle here because, like I said, this is a good result. We are delighted with this if we hold on. Let's just... Not a German in again. Wonderful. Now we can have a look at Lysitsis. So is he the right back from Chelsea? No, so he is the guy at Porto. I've just got his position confused. So we were definitely looking at him, but we were never in a position to pay that kind of money for him. But yeah, it's frustrating seeing a Greek player basically ruin us. Scored one, made one. But then Real Madrid just sat back and did nothing else for the rest of the game. And we've got to believe that we're in with a chance here. It's only 6 days until the return fixture. I don't think that's going to be enough for Leica to be back. Returns to full training in 6 days. Pump that boy full of drugs and let it be the greatest heroic comeback in history. That's what we're looking for here. How'd you like that, Mrs Wearmouth? Champions. We just beat Ike. Didn't beat them. Why have I got my headphones on still? Watching a video while I was doing that. Multitasking. There you go. We have won the league. Now, hopefully, we take that excitement through into our Champions League game. Oh, look. Look who's here. Look who's turned up. All right, Wearmouth. Yeah. 5 years ahead of schedule. So I wasn't behind anyway. I'm one of the top English managers, apparently. Hold on. We need to check out this Hall of Fame, see what's going on here. Although it's been ruined by this fella, who's the guy who made the retro database that I did the video on, who's clearly had a few fun saves of his own. You can see there's non-lethal legend Kev. But here we have Apollon Kev, who's made it into the top 10 English managers of all time. We've got to see where I fall on, how do we, continent? So I'm nowhere near on that, but I want managers in Greece. So I'm the second best manager ever in Greek football. If we win the cup, I become the most successful manager in Greece ever, I would suggest. It would be awesome. Let's go win the Champions League. We can't win the Champions League. Let's go beat Real Madrid and get into the Champions League final. So second leg time, and I've never paid so much attention to fitness tests. Most importantly, Paul Duffy, fitness test not required. He plays. Leica, passed fitness test for 45 minutes. Bench. Jair is also back. We don't really need Jair. But we are able to get Duffy into the team, Leica onto the bench. That is huge. We've got the away goal, a 1-0 win, and we're in the Champions League final. Feels doable. We are playing against Real Madrid. Not just Real Madrid. Real Madrid with Kylian Mbappe in their team. So it's not that doable, especially when we've got an injured midfield. But Paul Duffy's gone down a little in my estimation this year with all his contract refusing shenanigans. But if there's one way to convince him that we're the bigger team... Hold on. He's no longer unhappy and wanting to join a bigger club? Oh. Because of the interest being shown from elsewhere. So it's now a different reason he doesn't want to be here. I got excited for a second there. But, you know, if we win the Champions League, he's not going to want to go to one of these stupid clubs. That's my hope. So Tennessee and goal, a back four of Kansarovic, Criado, Hernandez and Solorzano. Milo at the base of the midfield. Michaelis and Duffy. It's still mad. Michaelis and Duffy in central midfield. Carnevale and Lencina behind Allen up front. We just need a 1-0 win. That would be glorious. Come on, boys. We can do it. We owe Real Madrid after what happened in our last game. It's motivated a few of them. That'll do for now. And here's our first corner of the game with less than 2 minutes on the clock. And it's not quite as effective as they have been in some of the previous games in this tournament. Kansarovic plays it all the way back to Tennessee. And I'm a little bit alarmed that this is a highlight and that it's continuing because it suggests we might be about to do something really dumb. But Hernandez plays it forward to Michaelis. Now Solorzano back to Hernandez again. Ball over the top. Looking for Allen, who's had to drop a little bit deep and nod it back to Lensina or towards Lensina. So it wasn't even really a ball over the top, was it? 'Cause it didn't go over the top. And now Madrid coming at us, and this is problematic. Solorzano gets a crunching tackle in on Mbappe, though. And there goes the away goal advantage that we had. After 2 minutes, wasn't even we were losing before. Now the away goal is gone as well, and all of a sudden we've got to score twice just to draw level in the game, and it feels like we're not going to win the Champions League this year, boys and girls. That is the worst start that we could have had. Oh dear. We've come back from worse situations than this. Real Madrid are a very, very, very good team, as we're learning, and we are playing a makeshift midfield. So, like I said at the start, built-in excuse. Just with Duffy coming back, it felt like it was time to dream. They have just peppered the goal again. There's only 4 minutes on the clock still. This feels like it's going to be brutal. Hopefully they'll do what they did in the first leg, which was get their job done, and then they just sat back for an hour of the game and just didn't seem like they were interested anymore. And I can only hope that the same thing happens again today. They're composed, they're calm. Hopefully that means they're lazy and they've had enough. We're focused and motivated. Michaelis is furious, and I can understand why. He's still playing out of position. Here comes the big throw, though. Michaelis with the effort, and Michaelis should have scored there. It's the biggest chance of the game so far. It has led to a corner, but he wants to be even more furious now. He should be kicking himself for missing that. That was an opportunity, and the frustrating thing is, if it had been Dominguez or Duffy or Leica, they score it. But it falls to a player playing out of position, and we saw before when we were looking at him in the last episode, what's his weaknesses in midfield? Oh, his finishing is awful. Yep, his finishing is awful. We have now seen evidence of that. We've been the better team in this game. Come on, boys. Let's grab an equaliser before half-time. Make this second half really interesting. If they score again, then we're done. You got to think there's no way for us to come back from 2-0 down, 4-1 down on aggregate, them having the away goals advantage. But we know we need 2 goals. 2 goals. So tempted to bring Leica on for Michaelis. It's a risk, but there's nothing else to play for this year. I think we have to take the risk. We've got to roll the dice. Shuffle the midfield back round into its normal shape. We've now got 2 injured players in midfield. But there's one of the best midfielders in the world and one of the most talented young midfielders in the world. They've just got to try and do it injured. It falls to Duffy. Duffy has time to pick his spot. Oh, I thought he stuck it in the top corner. If he hadn't been injured, he might have done. Oh, my word. We've had some opportunities. That's the frustrating thing. We're asking for 10 minutes of passion. We are running out of time, though, and I think we're going to have to get Acosta on, maybe for Milo, and really go for it. Oh, my word. Look at the state of Leica. Right. What do? We roll the dice is what we do. Sanchez comes on for Lensina. We are going to bring Acosta on. We're going to bring him on for Milo. It seems insane taking off our only actually fit midfielder. But in the circumstances, we have to go for it a bit. I'm almost tempted to do that. Maybe it would have been better to leave. Maybe we do that in a bit. We give it a few minutes before we do that. Do that for now. We're going to swap those 2 over. And have him there being the winger. Get him on attack as well. Get everybody attacking around Acosta, who we know how good he can be linking it all together. And he's got players around him now to help him link it together. Demand more. Come on, boys. Go very attacking. And now we push Leica forward. And we go to this. We get him right up in there. in between the two. We've got to score 2 goals. We've got to go for it. Kansarovic with the big throw forward. Poor old Duffy has been injured for months and is now the midfield on his own. It's not been months, has it? It's been a couple of weeks he's been out. But still, he's not in any fit shape to be the midfield on his own. Alan nods it onto Acosta, who plays it in beautifully for Sanchez. This is an opportunity for Claudio Sanchez, who scores. And with 12 minutes left in the tie, Sanchez gets his 12th goal of the season. That, people say, what does Acosta even do? This is what Acosta's so good at. He needs a strike partner. He's not a lone striker. I think that's the thing with Acosta. Play him in a 2 and he looks very, very good. But oh my word. We need 1 more goal to force extra time. I mean, we haven't got a team on the pitch capable of doing extra time. Leica's not able to play another 15, 20, another half an hour. We're going to snap the poor boy in 2. But, I mean, we're close. We're fingertips away from at least being in the conversation about a Champions League final. Leica turns, ball over the top. Allen is through on goal. Oh, that was a big chance. That was a very... Have I made all 3 of my substitutions? I think I have, haven't I? I can't even remember. I'm so stressed. Oh, my poorly heart. Give me the football pitch. Sanchez with the corner. Criado scored. The Real... Oh, it's Acosta. What the hell do I do tactically here? Marcus Acosta has come on and turned this tie on its head. And I have no idea what to do. Acosta, I mean, Criado's a Real Madrid player. He's not going to be welcome back in Madrid, surely. I think sensibly we go back to this again. And maybe just drop down to normal attacking. I mean, we can't drop any further back because we haven't got any more substitutions to make. We've still got to go and try and win the football match. Get creative. This is our moment. We've got 7 minutes to do the absolutely unthinkable. Of course, we know, we've all played Football Manager before. We know the game's just toying with us because Real Madrid are about to score and ruin our day. But we can dream just for a minute or 2 now that it might just happen. Leica plays Carnevali, and Leica's been incredible since coming on. Carnevali crosses over to Sanchez. Oh my God. Claudio Sanchez with his 2nd of the game. It is Apollon Smyrnis 3, Real Madrid 1, 4-3 to Apollon on aggregate with 6 minutes to go before the Champions League final. I don't know what to do or say or change. I can't, I'm stuck. I wasn't expecting this. Criado plays it. Flipping heck. Just do the beep button. You know what I wanted? We're in the Champions League final. This is extraordinary. I am lost for words, and that does not happen very often. But we, Apollon Smyrnis, are in the Champions League final. We're back in the Club World Cup as well. We enjoyed that last time. I don't know what to say or do. I have no reaction in me. I am flabbergasted. Imagine if we had to play Tottenham as well. I mean, it's basically a bye. I mean, storyline-wise, Tottenham is who we faced in the Europa League final all those years ago. Well, tomorrow, it's Apollon Smyrnis in the Champions League final. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.